Okay, so let's quickly, look at the homework. So somebody has written this homework, but they didn't put their name. Okay. So can anyone check is that rally is working in your system? Can anyone check? So it should work in your system. It's not working here. Great. Okay. So I hope Rally should be working on your system. It's not working here, for some reason. Okay. Let's not worry about it. Found an alternative. So what's the password again? Okay. Don't worry. I'm using a different server to access Rally. Hopefully, it should be work here. Okay, good. It's working. Okay, so Rally should be working on your system. Okay, so I'm not sure who has tried, but it should work on your system. Okay, so it just only the problem is from here. So I'm using a different server. Okay. Okay, so I don't think it's up yet. Okay, so here, so we'll just go to your project, user stories. Yeah, it's not working here. Okay. Okay, so this is it. So don't delete any user story. Okay, so it will cause inconvenience for other members. There are so many people who are accessing this, and we only have one username and password and one user story. Please do not delete it. I also send in the instructions so that do not delete the user story. Okay. So if you are deleting it, so other people cannot work on it. Okay, so other people will get confused. Okay, so it will just share what happened. Okay, so and they cannot write the test cases, they cannot continue our work. Okay, so do not delete the user story. Okay. Okay, so we'll go to this test case. So here someone has not written whose name this. As I told you, you need to put your name here, not my name. So I don't know who has written. So that's really, and I would not even count this, even if you have written, because there is no name. So I don't know. Okay. So as I told you, you need to put your name, because if you put again back my name, I don't know who has written. And this one again, who has written, there is no execution of this test case. If you don't execute it, there is no meaning of writing this test case, right? No. If you don't execute this test case, there is no meaning, okay, of writing this test case. Okay, so whoever has written, please change the name to your name so that it's, see, if you put my name, it doesn't make sense, right? This is user story. Okay, so this is I'll be just putting. Okay, so I've already explained in the class yesterday. Okay, if I missed, or if if you're missed, okay, make sure put your name. Okay, this is here itself. In real time, you don't have to put any name, because you'll be getting your own access, and not just you, and the whole company will be knowing what you are doing. So make sure you do it right in the first place. Okay, so just don't make any mistakes. Okay, so this is okay. Mr. Case. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. So make sure always have this, documents ready. So this will only help you out. Okay. So this is, very important. I'm glad you have done that, even if it was not said, because that the screenshots, the evidence, that is the evidence of your work. Because if you don't show what have you done, it will not be helpful for you itself, because you need to you are showing that. Okay, so you are executing this, and if suddenly some production issue shows up, so you can tell them, see, this was not there here before. I have written all the screenshot, and I have opened all the defects, but there was not no no issues of that. So you can give an explanation to your boss. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can write such, you can refer this test case. Okay, you can write all the values. You can enter in one and just put some, URL or information here saying that we have tested this. So that helps you to avoid unnecessary test cases. So you are not going to write hundreds of test cases just for you are not spending too much time to just write the test case, right? You want to spend some time only to make sure all the things are covered. You need to also put this information that we have covered everything, we have not missed anything. At the same time, you have to make sure the test cases are limited. You don't want too much work So because you will be ending up writing only test cases, then who will be doing the testing? Okay, so make sure that doesn't happen. You know, you need to do more testing and limited amount of test cases. Okay, so 10 at the max 20. I would recommend. I have not written more than, you know, yeah, 20 cases, 20 test cases. I don't think I've ever written 20 test cases. 20 is the max. If you want more than that, you know, you can explain to your boss saying that, you know, if you write more test cases, then you need to hire someone for, you know, testing it, because we will not get time for writing no more. We can put information here saying that, hey, we have tested all this, you know, but we cannot exceed, you know, too much of you know, writing test cases. You know, attachment. Okay, make sure you guys put that attachment, okay, screenshots, because that shows what have you done. Okay, so, you know, if it is failed, of course, you are not putting attachment, because you will be a defect and put the test case as failed. Okay, so let's go to the defect section. Any questions so far in the test cases? Okay, you know, somebody can try doing that. Let's quickly check. Okay, so let's go to defects. Okay, so here, you know, we'll go in detail, because most of the time you need to open defects. Okay, so whenever, here's the thing when you start testing, whenever you do some testing, whenever you are, you know, working on something, some application, you know, web application or client application, or, you know, anything like back end application, front end application, you know, as a QA analyst or QA tester, you know, QA software tester, you are hired to, to show that system is broken. Okay, you need to report defects. Most of the time, you need to report defects. Okay, that's why you're hired, right? You need to show which place it's broken. You know what is broken, which part of the code is broken. That's why you're hired. So you cannot, you cannot say you're working for like 2 months, and you say, let's say you're working for 2 months, okay, and you have not opened a single defect. You know, that's not good. You know, that's not good. You know, from the day one, you need to, you know, start, you know, whenever the work comes to you, right? Whenever it's like maybe 2 weeks, it takes some time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe, you know, the max 3 weeks. You need to start opening defects, because if the more defects you open, I'm not saying like you need to flood all this at once, but you need to at least start with 1 or 2, and once you get used to it, you know how to handle, right? You know, you can open, you know, any defects, or even if you don't open, nobody cares. But to start with, you need to start opening defects 1 or 2, you know. Check with your lead, always as you send an email, right? You know, the similar way, you know, send an email to lead saying that, hey, this is the defect I found, this is the issue, can I open this defect? You know, I didn't find this in documents, you know, documents are not there, and so on. Okay, so you need to, you know, start coordinating with your lead the moment you get your work. Okay, your lead, or if you are the lead, you know, you need to coordinate with your team members saying that, hey, this is the issue, no, I'm trying to open this issue. Okay. So if there is any senior member or who has experience, they will let you know. Okay. So now let's say we'll open. This is a little bit different interface. So we'll open defect here. So we let's say I'm opening shipping and handling issue. Okay, so here's the thing. We will go each and every module in detail. Okay, here, okay, you are opening a defect. Okay, so make sure these naming conventions are good. Shipping and handling issue. This is small one-line statement, less than one line, and saying that what exactly the issue is, whatever the issue is. Okay, field issue, then you put 3DOM, then field, or if it is a button issue, place an order button. Okay, so small one-line issue or image, if it's an image, image issue. Okay, small half-line, issue saying that what exactly this issue is. And GM what is the project you're working on? So this is important, which project, because there are plenty of projects, plenty of developers, plenty of people working on. You don't know which is what. So this is a little bit introduction what project you're on. And this, okay, here we are writing our name, but in real time, if it is a critical issue, you want to put as critical issue, just like this, critical issue. Or if it's a production issue, you want to put as production issue. Okay, this is not really required, but unless you want to get some developer attention, you want to do that because you want to get it fixed quickly. If it's a production issue, you don't want to be this for long. So you want to put as critical issue or production issue so that developer would know this and they will start working on it. Okay, so one line statement that explains the whole picture what's going on. Okay, and let's quickly see. So let's say now we have as usual our defect which we have opened. So here in my scenario, like my issue was like shipping and handling fee is showing us $5. So this is what I'm opening a defect. Why? Because when I'm trying to order these many large quantities, there is no way USPS to send just for $5. Okay, or any other, don't have to be USPS, maybe any other, shipping agency that doesn't ship for $5 for these very large quantities. Okay, company may itself may have to, will be giving discount or something. That's a different story altogether. But as a user point of view, as a customer point of view, this is not right. Okay, so what I'm doing is I want to open defect. I talked to leads. We said like go ahead and open a defect for this. Let's say now I'm opening a defect. So let's go one by one. Here's the thing: defect state. Okay. So defect state. So defect state should always be in open status, unless you're doing some other project which is delayed by 1, 2 months or 3 months, or your lead or your boss told you just couldn't submit it, don't put it in open status. Otherwise, you need to always make sure this is an open status. See, this is very small thing. So it's very small thing, right? Submitted, no open, no big deal. So what what can this happen, right? So let me give you an example on this. See what happens, right? If you put submitted and you open a defect, and you forgot about this defect, right? You forgot, and it has been 2 weeks and nobody cared, and developer being worried about it, it doesn't care, right? No my bother, it's not their problem. Okay, so it's been submitted and you didn't follow up with the developer, you didn't go check the defect, it's gone. Suddenly, your boss calls, calls on the phone saying that, hey, can you stop by at my desk? Now you are in the trouble. Okay, so the moment your boss calls you and asks you, okay, when did you open this defect? No, you said 2 weeks back. So what's happening with this defect? So now you cannot say, oh, I don't know. So that's not an answer, right? Okay, so next question is, why is it in submitted status? Why not in open status? That's a very valid question, right? From your boss, this is what the question is. Okay, why it is in submitted status when it has to be in open status? So, as an experience, as an, senior QA or, whatever you want to go as, you cannot say like, oh, I forgot. That's not even an answer. Okay, so that's, don't even, think of giving that answer like say, why it's in submitted status when it has to be in open status. Now you cannot say after 2 weeks saying that, no, I forgot. Okay, when you have forgotten that, why now? It's been 2 weeks. This has to go in production. So that's a simple thing which you may have missed, and this becomes a big issue at the end. Okay, so all these simple things actually becomes the big issue. Okay, so make sure it should be in open status unless specified. Okay, unless specified, or you know what you're doing. You don't want to put it submitted and and you forget about this defect, and you don't want to get a call from your boss, right? That's not a good sign. Okay, so now let's always move your story. I'm sorry, your defect in progress. Once it is this being in progress, that means you're working on defect, or you've given developer to some work. Okay, we're going to move this in progress, and this is the status blocked. See, if this is a block, why is it blocked? So you need to give some valid reason here. So why it is blocked? It is blocked, you can say, because you're not working on this defect, or developer has issue, they are not working on it, and you want to let your boss know when it is blocked, because this is a serious bugs and defects should not be blocked, because those has to be fixed as soon as possible. Okay, it should not be blocked. So the status, if it is blocked, you need to give some reason saying that developer is not working, and it's not working. It's like you need to coordinate with the developer and get some reason saying that because sometimes developer says, no, we are not working on this issue, we have priority issue, we are working on priority issue, this is no way important to us. They'll end up saying. So you need to give some explanation saying that developer is not working for at least 1 week. Why? They need to check with them. Okay. And if it is ready, go ahead and click on ready, plan estimate. So this is more of a developer work, because the owner of defect is always a developer. The owner of a defect is developer. The owner of test cases is always a tester. Okay. So here it's normally Java developer who wants to do this work. So we just put as 10. So not really you, so we will not just write on this. Here is the description. So here you want to give some explanation saying what exactly the defect is. Okay, so here I'm writing some information. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, So here what I'm trying to say is whenever I'm trying to order large quantities, okay, shipping and handling fee is not getting updated for GMO project. So that, that doesn't really help what you're trying to say. No one understands, I don't know. So, what you're ordering large quantities, what is shipping, what's handling, I don't know. So that's the reason you need to put screenshot, because you don't want developer to run around you, because he or she will never run around you. You need to run around the developer, because they will not care. They will just put into this they'll just ignore it, just put some saying that need more information. If you don't care, you will get a call from your boss. So make sure this is all good. Now you need to attach a screenshot. Without attaching screenshot, I would not proceed with this. Okay, so make sure screenshots are important. Let's put a screenshot. So here, I'll just, I want to highlight it where exactly the issue is. Just take this here. I want to show my, to developers saying that this is the issue. When I'm trying to order, there's many quantities, right? So let's also highlight this. Let's be a little bit specific here. I don't want to give all the information here. Okay, and let's say this. Okay, so here you want to attach some screenshot. Here you have this option here. Click to insert image. Click on that and go to this. Okay, good. Now, we have successfully, got the screenshot. Now, what you want to write here? Okay. So, what we are trying to do is, we are attaching the screenshot and saying to the developer, saying, when I'm trying to order large quantities, shipping and handling fee is not getting updated. So, either it has to be there, or it has to get updated, or, you need to remove that completely, or business doesn't want that, whatever the reason is. Okay. So we are letting developer know that, this is the, issue here. Okay. So we are opening an issue. Now, okay. So once you do this, so this is the description. This should be there. So there should be no description without a screenshot. Trust me, that's, to start with, that is more important. Okay, that's the most important thing you need to do. Once you get experience, okay, you know how to handle, you may not worry about that. That's may not be issue. Okay, so but to start with, this is how you need to proceed. Okay, so it's done. Okay, let's go through these modules, each module here. So this will be there for any test management tool, not just Rally, not just Jira, not just Zephyr, not just HPLM, any test management tool. You take it, any test management tool in the market, whatever they are using, this information will be there here. Because this is more information to give you which project you're working on, which is, the right person will be working on all those things. Okay, let's go to the environment. So here, as usual, we will be working on test or staging, not in production, not in development. Okay, so as a tester, you may not work always in that. Okay, there might be sometimes if instructed by your lead or your boss. Okay, otherwise you are only using this test or staging. Okay, so go ahead and click on test. So okay, so there is two things here: priority and severity. Okay, what is severity? Severity is the impact of the bug. Okay, what is severity? Severity is the impact of bug. That means because of that bug, what's happening? Okay, it's not, you're not able to continue with your test cases. It's a high issue because you're not able to proceed with your test cases. You're not able to test any other thing in the website. You're not able to continue with your work. So that's called severity. Severity is the impact of bug. Okay, whatever it's impacting you, impacting the team, impacting everyone. Okay, because of that issue. Okay, so that's called severity. Priority is kind of, you're saying developer how soon it has to be fixed. That means severity is more related to testing perspective, to what what's the issue with the testers, and priority is like you're letting developers know, saying that how soon it should be fixed right now. It should be fixed right now, or it should be okay. It's okay. This is a cosmetic issue. It's a low issue. So that's the priority. Priority is how soon it should be fixed. Severity is what's the impact of the bug. Okay. So let's go one by one here. So we have this cosmetic issue. Let's go quickly this. So cosmetic issue. Cosmetic issue is kind of it's like a cosmetic that's like there's a spelling mistake here. Like GMO online, they missed E. That's a cosmetic issue. And the color, it's a green color. It's supposed to be blue color. Okay. So those are cosmetic issues. Okay, so it's very low priority, and business doesn't care. You still have to open it. I would recommend. Yeah, somebody asked, right? So what's the difference between defect and bug? In general, you can take it as same, but technically it's not same. Okay. Defect is more related to, so let's quickly check, I even forget that. I keep on forgetting that. The defect, okay, it's fine, whichever it doesn't mean it, it doesn't meet with custom, requirements. Defect is something which doesn't meet the, requirement, and bug is something which is, okay, it's more related to, developer point of view, bugs, but, in general, both are similar, not same, okay. But technically, it's kind of different, okay. But we'll just, stick to either one, defect or bug. Okay, we'll just put it here, defect. Okay. So here's the cosmetic issue. So, cosmetic issue is if there is a spelling mistake, okay, or the color, okay, anything that is cosmetic issue. Minor problem. Let's go to minor problem. Minor problem. The minor problem is like, it's like, we can take it as the shipping and address. Okay, that's a minor problem. Okay, that should be fixed. That's really an issue, but it might be a, minor problem. Okay, that's an example of minor problem. and you have this major problem. Major problem is something like, somebody who opened the defect, right? This is whenever you click some field or click on that button, this error shows up. This is a major problem. Why this is a major problem? Because if there are test cases that is related to next page, you're not able to test that, right? You're stuck. You're stuck completely, and this really is a major problem because you're not able, because you don't know what the next page is, what it's supposed to display, what is the user interface, how many fields are there. Okay, all your test cases are blocked. So this is a major problem. Okay, and crash and data loss. So this is also can be considered as crash or data loss, or and production issue. Normally, this is for production issue, which that is severe. This is the high severity. Okay. So there's a crash or data loss. It's a production issue. So normally this, both those, the same number. Yeah, this is sub 1. This is sub 1, sub 2, sub 3, sub 4. That means severity level 1, severity level 2, severity. It's not kind of level. It's 1, 2, 3. The name it as 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is really less. Nobody cares about it. Okay. But here, if it is low, here if its severity is cosmetic, then it has to be in low. Okay, it cannot be, resolved immediately. Now, developer will get nuts if you are doing this. Okay, the severity is cosmetic. You're not putting a resolve immediately. You're putting it low because this will be, verified by dev lead or dev manager. So make sure you're doing it right. So here, minor problem, you can put it as normal. If it is a major problem, put it as high attention. Okay. Our major problem sometimes also has this resolved immediately because this is a major problem. You need to resolve it. Or severe crash or data loss, resolve it. So this goes, at the same level. Okay. So, but it is not that like putting as cosmetic and it's going as resolved immediately. It doesn't work that way. Okay. So I have not seen. Now we can being cosmetic and resolve immediately, that doesn't even make sense. Okay, so we go to minor problem, normal, and submitted by who has actually submitted the defect. Okay, creation date. Okay, file found in build. So this, you can check with your lead. It's a build number. So now we'll just put fixed in build. This should be, updated by developer because fixing is developer's job, not ours. Okay. All this should be, filled by this developer. And resolution. So resolution, once this is fixed, once it, let's say, it has been done, developer has to update this. Okay. What's exactly the resolution that I've made? Okay. Is it a user interface problem or is it a software limitation? Or they might completely reject defect saying that this is not a defect, it's a feature. Okay, they might reject it. Or they would say, no, need more information. So if you don't put screenshot, this is what it comes to you back, need more information. Duplicate, just duplicate defect and just duplicate database. So these are all reason for your resolution. So this is updated by developer, not by the tester. Target dates. So this, if you know about this, you need to put it. Otherwise, yeah, you need to put it, value. You need supposed to know when this is going in production. When is the sign off of QA? So you need to know first thing, when is the sign off of QA. Once that sign off, just put that date. Let's say 1 week. You have 1 week for testing. In that case, just put, it should be that date. Okay. Release notes. If you have the notes, okay, just put it yes. If not, just put it no. FX doc. So this is something. Let's say you have open defect, which also affect the documentation. We have a lot of documentation, right? Requirement documents, FRD, BRD, and so on. So you have a lot of documents. So that document might get affected. Like how? the information mismatches. Okay, just because it's defect, just because it's information. Okay, you saw something a defect here which is not shown in the requirement, or is something information missing in that document. Then you need to put FX documents. Yes, it's FX documents. Not no. If you're working with Salesforce CRM or Salesforce ID, then you just put this Salesforce. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Maybe these guys have collaborated with Salesforce. That's why they have this option here. Okay. Otherwise, not really required. Okay. Now you can put as release whenever the release, and if there is any iterations, just put that iteration. Expedite. So you want to you want to expedite this defect. Okay. You found a bug, and you are saying developer to expedite. That means this is normally is required when you have this crash or data loss and or major problem, then you're not able to proceed with test cases or not able to proceed with the testing. Then you need to really put as expedite yes. You need to expedite so that this should be fixed as soon as possible so that we can continue our testing. We are blocked. We are blocked and we cannot continue because of that high priority issue. Okay. The milestones. Perfect. Yeah, if you have any notes, you can go ahead and notes. This note is useful whenever when you want to communicate something to the developer. Let's say you want to put saying that this is this issue has been reproduced two to three times, and it's not it's still coming up, and this has been fixed long back, but it's showing up. So that information you can put it here so that you're letting developer know more information saying that what kind of issue is this? We are testing it staging, we are testing it testing. It's still showing up, both the environments and and all this information you can put it here. So that's what you want to let it. So here what you can do is normally how do I write, right? So I need to put my name. I'll just put it this way. Okay. Saying that okay. So what I'm trying to here, I'm trying to put some notes, so this is what I follow. Okay. So whoever, even developer has to communicate, we want to say some information to the tester saying that this issue is being long back, we are not working on it, or this issue has been deferred in sense it has to move into the next release or something. Okay. So all these things, you can put in the notes. Okay, this is used for like communication. Or if your boss wants to write some information, your boss writes here saying that please fix this issue as soon as possible. We need to work on a lot of projects. We are working on this. So this block is used for the communication for developers, testers, scrum masters, whoever is responsible in this project will be writing some information. Okay, and once you have completed all this, okay, here is the function. Okay, create. So here you cannot use this. So we'll just change it to some other value. Okay. Okay, good. So yeah, they have changed this, before it was able to accept those characters. Now it's no more accepting those values. So, so we have successfully created a defect, right? So we have, created, and we have this column here, rank 1, it's kind of, numbering, and there's ID. So what's the ID of the defect? So this shows up in, a small screenshot showing that what exactly the issue is. That's good. So it's DE338. That is defect number 338. What's the name exactly? The shipping and handling issue Geo Online project, and who created this? Okay, this creation is not really required. Here it gets updated automatically. I'm sorry, not there. The owner is defect. Okay. User story. Which user story is this belongs to? US 145, and it's a lot of information here shown now. It's good. Severity. You can change it here too. You can change it here. Okay. Minor problem. Priority. Normal. State open. You want to change the state anytime. Change it from here. Fixed in build. So once okay, fixed in built, and submitted by is who actually opened the defects and submitted, and owner of the defect is always is developer or the architect, or, whoever is responsible. Sometimes business analyst, they also sometimes want to check with the business. They want to check with the business saying how really they want the application look like, how really the interface of an application, user interface, how user friendly it should be. So all this, sometimes even those guys also get the defects. Okay. Somebody asked me a question: how can I send a defect? So it's not really required. Here the owner, just put that name. Who is the owner? That's it. Done. Oops. Here you go. So that's how you can send a defect. So it automatically gets an email to the developer saying that this is the defect. So you are not any, sometimes they don't care. So in that case, you need to put a screenshot of the defect and send an email, to the developer saying that, hey, please look at this defect. I've opened the defect number is D338. They will be looking into it. Put CC to your lead. That should be good. Okay. CC to your lead. Put your so if you're not putting CC, then there is no meaning of conveying message for the developer. Okay. So that is one other way of doing it. Okay. Once you put here owner, that should be good. If not, once you have opened it, take a screenshot of this defect. Screenshot of this defect, saying that I have opened this defect. Defect number is 338, shipping and handling. Can you please look into this? This should be fixed as soon as possible. Okay. Any questions? Any questions so far? Okay, so I'll be giving you homework on this. Make sure you guys do it. Okay, so let's go to, let's quickly check, let's say you're a senior. Okay, let's go, this is where, let's say you're a senior guy and you're not only just opening defects, but you also have the other job to it. Okay, and and let's say your boss told you, you are lead. Let's say you're going as a lead. Okay, now you're not just opening defects and writing test cases, but you also have other responsibilities, to communicate with the, communicate to your boss. So they'll ask you to, give you more work. Okay. Excluding this should, you have to do this, this is your job. But other than this, you need to do, let's say your boss has told you to generate reports. Okay. You need to go through this report section. Okay. And let's discuss about these reports. So let's say, we have a lot of reports here, and most of them is already, being, this is, most of them, it's by Rally itself. I was given a lot of, options here. We already have options, iteration burn down, velocity charts, iteration cumulative flow diagrams, all this. So we'll just quickly check this, report. We'll just quickly go to defects priority. Okay, we'll just go to defects priority, and we need to generate this report. So this report is generated here. We do nothing. Once this gets generated, and you want to see how many defects are there, and you want to send this to your boss. Okay, right? You need to send an email. So what you're gonna do is, once you get this report, click on page 2, hover your mouse here, click on that. And here is an option of email. Click on that and put your, let's say your boss email ID. If you want to CC, you can CC yourself. Okay, and you want to put as embedded email, include me as a recipient. Okay, and this instant. Good. Now this is how, once the defects report is generated, here you can send an email to our boss saying that, hey, as per your request, I've generated this report, either defects report, or it can be iteration report, iteration burn down, cumulative chart, so on and so forth. Okay, or let's say they have given you something which doesn't exist here. This is a lot of reports here, but it's not necessary. It's always supposed to be here. You can create your own report. Let's say go ahead and click on add new. Okay, and what you want to do is, you want to have an option, what exactly you're trying to do is you want to get plan estimate or task estimate. Go ahead and click on that. If you want, you can add more items here. Okay, and then you want to break it down based on your defects resolution, or defects fixed date. Okay, so when you want to add some filters here, what kind of filters you need, and closed and run. So this is, okay, we didn't get anything because there's nothing this kind of, because we don't have this. So this is how you can generate your custom report. Okay, and the same way you can email this, after generating this report, and this directly goes to your boss. So just like here, this is how you can send an email through this Rally to your boss saying that these are the defects pending. Okay, we are working on this, and this is the defect count, and total number of defects, and this is the high attention which we require it. All those things. Okay, so that's how you can generate reports. Okay, so this is report generation for any of this. Okay, any of the. So it can be iteration burn down, iteration burn up. Okay, velocity, all this. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, so let's move to the next one. So there are two types of reports here. This is more of a project level report. Okay, so this is project level report. So you want to know more about this project, what's happening in the project, how many, how we are doing, all those things. And there is a team level report. Okay, You want to go as a team level report, and and you want to see how many people are working on this defect. And I'm sorry, not this defect, test cases. Let's go ahead and click on test cases, and you want to see how many people are working on these test cases, how many. What you do is, again, go ahead and click on action, print report. Yeah, the problem is you cannot email right away like this. Okay, so that was easy. We just sent an email. But here you have to save it. Okay, so let's say, okay, let's take a good one. Okay, let's quickly check a good one. Okay, good. We're cutting people 100. Okay, so here, go ahead and click on actions and print report, and we'll just leave it to default for now. Just click on that print, and this looks good. Go ahead and click on print, which is located right upper corner here, and whoops, so this is not in. This doesn't have option here, but otherwise it gets generated through PDF. If you are using Chrome, let's say it is really hard. Okay, good. Now it's working. So here, what you do, Chrome has a good option here. So what you do is, go ahead and click on plan. I need to go to this project and check if this, go to this one, go to your test cases and click on actions, print report. Want to print it, and go ahead and click on print. Here, what happens, right? This is a good option here in the Chrome that automatically it gets converted into a PDF file. Okay. Here you go. Once you save it as PDF, save this, or save this desktop. Or the name is test cases report. Save it. Close this. And here you get this report, and you can send an email directly to your boss saying that, hey, this is the report. Okay. And how much, so the boss, this is more of a team level saying that, okay, how many people are working it, and what are the project they are assigned it, which project they are working on, and so on. So this is, kind of reports. You can just at least send an email to your boss using this one, and so that's about this report. Not only just test cases, you can do that for defects too. Just go ahead and click on defects option. We have this option here. Go to defects, you can do the same thing. Don't think they have this option here. We have a lot of defects here. See, here's a good option. You can either export to CSV, that is comma separated value, that's in MS Excel, or you can go ahead and click on it. Try this one. I never tried that. So here you have this defect number, and I don't think this is a very good idea of sending this unless unless you're keeping this track on Excel. It's better to keep a track on Rally itself. That should be good. But if you're using this, you want to say that, okay, so this job is done. So you want to, strike it, and you want to. So that means this is done. We are not working on it, so on. Okay. So this is how you can use this report. Okay. So that's you can send that report again, attached to that email, and send to your boss. Okay. This report generation report is more of a senior QA member or as a lead. He or she will be responsible for generating the reports and sending reports to the boss. Otherwise, not really required. You will be just sticking to that task. What are the tasks you need to do? Perform functional testing, perform integration testing, perform whatever testing, and test cases. What sets of test cases you need to create. If you're assigned 3 tasks, so you need to 3 different sets. That means, let's say you're doing a functional testing. Okay, functional testing. Now you need to do for Chrome. You need to do for Firefox. You need to do for the Safari. You need to do for IE, Internet Explorer, and so on. So that will be 4 sets of test cases. In one set, it'll be at least 20, max 20, test cases, and you can go ahead and copy this, copy it and, change some values, change some of the information. You don't have to write from scratch everything. You can use that way. So that's how, you'll be working on most of the time, not always report generation. Okay. Any questions so far? So here you also have this. Here you cannot save this, right? You cannot. So normally, it should be like, since everyone has access to this tool, this is not like, only testers have this, developers don't, managers don't. It's not like that. Everyone have access from Scrum Master, even director, QA director. So you have this hierarchy, right? QA director, then comes to QA manager, then comes to QA lead, then comes to the QA tester. Okay, so that's a hierarchy. And then you have for developer side, you have developer director, developer manager, developer lead, developer tester. I'm sorry, developer. Okay, so just a developer. Okay, so 2 guys, and so all these guys will be having access to this. And again, you have this, that hierarchy. Again, you have this Scrum Master, which is working on project, what kind of project, how many projects, how many releases we are going on this year, how many things are happening, what's going on, all those budget information, all these things, be working on this Scrum Master. Okay, so that's a different whole world altogether. Okay, so all these guys, now all these people are supposed to have this access to this test management tool, not just Rally. If you are using Rally, that's good. If you are using anything other than that, still, these options are available, and you can still use it. Okay, so not really required to send an email, but they might request you to send reports. So you can go ahead and send the reports as I told you, right? You can send an email just right from the Rally, and you get this report like this. Any questions? Any questions in the whole Rally tool? So I'll be giving you homework today. Just make sure you complete it, and just make sure don't delete any user story. Okay, please follow the instructions. Okay, I've already given the instruction not to delete. Okay, don't delete any user story. If you are stuck somewhere, let's say if you are stuck somewhere and you want to get out of it, click on done. And it suddenly shows up, or you want to leave, yes, leave, and you can start a new, again go ahead and click on this, start. If you want to work on that, you can just create your own user story and just try to get used to it, get the feel, get the used to it, and then work on this. But just don't delete that user story, okay? Because it will cause inconvenience to other members. Okay, so somebody asked a question, right? So how many testing tools we need to use? So as a QA front-end tester, let's say you're QA, software analyst or QA tester, QA analyst. Okay, so you are not using any tool except this test management tool. So this is called test management tool. Other than that, you are just using your manual testing. So this is called manual testing, right? So you're just going to this web page, clicking these buttons, all those things. All you're doing is manual. You're not using any tools like QTP, UFT, Selenium, nothing. Start up. Okay, you're only using this tool, web-based or client-based tool, for your testing perspective. No other tools. Unless you are as an ETL tester, requires a lot of tools, not only just testing tools, you need to know a little bit information on Informatica, given access, you need to work on that. Okay, that's an ETL tool, and then you need to work on Unix. Okay, that's a different operating system, you need to work on that. And if you are working also on reports, then you also have either web reports or client reports. Okay, this is an ETL perspective. Okay, so yeah, if no one has any questions, can we close this class for today? Okay, thank you guys.